Ah. Aren't these supposed to be lemons?
That's all we had in the budget.
Ah.
You know, I never really played a classic Mega Man game before. As a man on the outside, I've always seen the Mega Man games as looking exactly the same. I cannot tell them apart, except for Mega Man Legends. Welcome everyone, I'm Balonator, and today we're going to be looking at one of the classics for the NES, Mega Man 2. But before we get started, this is for all of your spoiler-free people. It's a good game. Go play it. Time for the real review. So the gameplay of Mega Man 2 is pretty simple. You got the walking, you got the jumping, you got the pew-pewing of the lemons, and the abilities, which I'll get to in a second. But simply put, the gameplay is really, really good. It kind of feels like a mix of Castlevania 3 and Super Mario 3. So if did that make any sense? Oh well. So, now we got abilities. So it's like a signature thing in like every Mega Man game, I suppose. He gets to like steal abilities from various bosses in the game, and you get stuff like, in this one anyways, you get like blades, freeze time, bubbles, bombs, and just a whole bunch of stuff like that. But my problem is I feel like I never get to use them due to like the ammo meter, because like if you use it, it goes down, and I know you can get more ammo, but I get so scared that I might need it at some point, and I never actually use them. I only use them on bosses. But on the other hand, they are very, very satisfying to use. On one more note, the E-Tanks, I absolutely love them. I love being able to like pick them from the menu and actually just get a full life bar from it. I thought that was a really nice thing for them to put into the game, especially for like some of the harder parts in it, where you absolutely, like, you get to the last boss and you don't quite have enough health, and you're like, I'm gonna use an E-Tank. And that's what you do, and it's just, I love it so much. I'm just really happy it's there. One more thing. We actually have Rush as well, which I believe is the dog that goes with Mega Man. You can tell how much I don't know about this franchise. So you actually get these things, they're just called items, I don't know why. But you got item number 1, which is basically some floating platforms that you can jump on, and they just continuously go upwards. You got item number 2, which is basically a surfboard that like travels across the screen. And item number 3 is actually like a wall climbing thing that like you shoot it and it hits a wall and it starts like crawling up it. All of these are like super useful, and it's almost necessary in a couple of the actual like, I think in Heatman's level, there's a giant lava pit that you have to like try and get across, and you absolutely need it. You don't have to have him, but it's so much easier to just use the dog. Let's talk visuals for a second here. I personally really do like that this game has very, very simple sprites. I like the enemy design, I like the coloring of Mega Man himself, I like that he changes colors, and I like the bosses as well. All the designs and visual styles of everything here seems like pretty damn tight and good. except for Bubble Man stage, I really, really do not like those waterfalls. The way that it kind of like flickers between two sprites, I did not like that at all. It really did hurt my eyes as I was trying to cross through it. And man, if you look at my past streams, I was like complaining about them for like minutes on end. So, yeah. So level design is probably my favorite part of the game. The ability to play any level you want in any order you want is gotta be one of the greatest strengths of this particular game. I know that it's like we take it for granted at this point in our gaming lives, but this is like innovation, man. To actually balance it so that you can play every single level at any place you want. I feel like that's just so good. Except for Heatman stage, I think that's nonsense right there. Okay, for bosses, I actually do like the weaknesses, but other than that, I feel like the bosses have like super simple patterns. It may be the product of the times for this, but I digress. Let's see. I have Woodman and Heatman. They were both really good bosses. I actually really enjoyed those fights. A couple of the Wily bosses were good too. The dragon I thought was a really neat concept. I didn't think it was executed all that well, but it was still really neat. But then you had like really, really weak bosses like Flashman and Quickman, and that stupid boss that wasn't really a boss on the Stage 4 one. I'll get to that later. So, I don't think I can attempt to describe how good the music in this game is. So instead, I'm just gonna roll a couple of clips and just go ahead and enjoy it. So I think the Dr. Wily levels are okay for the most part. It was challenging and pretty well thought out for the most part. Except for Stage 4. Stage 4, and I'm sure everyone has talked about it, Stage 4 has got to be one of the most annoying stages out of this game. You have the fake traps, you also have the boss. And the boss produced so much lag, I felt like I was going like 2 frames a second. And it really, really sucked because it made it nearly impossible to beat the boss. I also did not realize that it wouldn't actually reset if you died, only if you continued. And man, that reaction I had when the guy on stream told me. Yeah. But seriously, this game is a shining example of what a good balanced platform should be like. And while I can really criticize it all I want, I will be revisiting this game, and I will be playing it for a fun evening, with candles lit and nothing but that music blaring into my soul. And with that, I give it a number out of 10. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button and be sure to follow me on Twitch as well. Link in the description below. Also, I would like to thank Scatmaker for making this recommendation for me. It was an absolutely awesome game, man. Thank you very much. See you next time.